Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being with me for today's devotion. We are in Exodus 38, and while you're opening your Bible there, a couple of things. One, be praying for Vacation Bible School that starts this Sunday night, 6:30 to 8:30, Sunday evening through Thursday evening. Be praying for Bible School, bringing boys and girls to it. And also, I thought I'd just share with you today one of the shirts I brought back from our trip visiting the 7 churches of Revelation in Turkey. And as you can tell here, they don't spell it or pronounce it Turkey. It's Turkey, and this is a shirt from Ephesus. So just thought I'd share that with you, and hopefully someday you can go with me if we go back to Turkey. Exodus 38, this chapter describes the amount of gold, silver, and bronze in particular that was used in the construction of the Jewish tabernacle and all of the furnishings and everything that was a part of the sacrifices and the service at the tabernacle, including the Ark of the Covenant, the table of showbread, the altar, everything. And it's a lot of gold and silver and bronze. Look with me at verse 24. He says, all the gold that was used for the work in all the work of the sanctuary, referring to the tabernacle, even the gold of the wave offering was 29 talents and 730 shekels. Then in verse 25, the silver of those of the congregation who were numbered was 100 talents and 1,775 shekels. And then in verse 29, the bronze of the wave offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. So, how much gold, how much silver, how much bronze was used in the construction of the tabernacle? We can't be exact, but we can have a pretty good estimate according to these figures. And it was a lot. In the construction of the tabernacle, it's estimated there was more than 1 ton of gold, about 1.25 tons of gold used. In today's money, that would be the equivalent of at least $35 million. When it comes to silver, there was about 4 tons of silver used in the construction of the tabernacle. In today's money, that would equal about maybe $2.5 million. Bronze, 2.5 tons of bronze. Not a whole lot of money, several $1,000s, but it was more about the beauty of the craftsmanship using the bronze. So just as a round number, let's say upwards of $40 million in today's dollars to construct the tabernacle and everything that was part of it. That is a lot of money. But I want you to notice something. In verse 26, and God had talked to Moses earlier in Exodus about this, some of the instructions about the men. Remember, they were to take a census of the men 20 and over, and they were to make an offering when they did that. Well, here they numbered the men 20 and older in verse 26, and it says there were 603,550 men. So when you throw in children and wives, there were a lot of people who left Egypt, but 600,000 plus men. Well, if you divide the round number of 40 million by the 603,550 men, that equals $66.27 per man. Not that much per man. And as I was calculating all of this, I got to thinking, can you imagine what would happen and what ministry our church could do, what ministry every church could do if each and every person in our church, each and every person in all the churches actually gave, actually tithed? I can imagine that our ministry budget, which is just over $3 million at First Baptist here, $3 million a year, would probably be 4 to 6 times that much. That our ministry budget, rather than being $3 million a year, would be 12 to 18 million a year. Can you imagine all the good that could be done if each and every person who knew Jesus and came to church actually gave? One of the reasons they were able to build this tabernacle was everybody participated. Everybody gave. And when everybody did that, it added up to a lot. So, do you give? Do you tithe? Are you among those who allow us to have a ministry budget of $3 million that does all that this church does? Or are you one who does not give, and therefore you limit how much more we could do? That's the devotion for me from this chapter. Something to think about, something to pray about. I'll see you tomorrow as we wrap up this week and we look at our weekly chapter in Proverbs 21. God bless you, everybody. And remember, be praying for Vacation Bible School. God bless you.